Well, that pick went to plan. From 6 to 19 did not.
So Pittsburgh is up. So do they take a quarterback?
Yes.
What other teams at the end of the draft coming up here would need a quarterback though?
I'm going to turn this way. We are streaming again. Looks
Do
like.
they take like Jermaine Johnson? And
Okay,
see
so
who's
it's
taking
got to be a
Falls
quarterback
to him?
right here.
I think they take a quarterback. I
It's
don't
got to
see.
be Pickett.
I don't see them riding out Trubisky.
I have a feeling Trubisky is going to be better than what people expect him to be. I think they don't go quarterback. Did you see that? The quarterback, he went to like play action, there's no one there.
I want to draft that quarterback.
Yeah. Pick's not in yet. What's going on?
I don't like this draft.
Are they debating who they're taking? Are they working a trade? Is someone coming up to get somebody?
I gotta move to the side because Eric moved his laptop, so I can't read the bottom of the screen anymore.
I can turn it. I just had it this way because you noticed that we were.
Oh, I can see it when it's turned sideways too.
Is it turned?
Turned.
Picks is in.
Picks is in.
It's got to be. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
Yeah, because I mean,
It's got to be Pickett. Not. I don't know. Having them show the family like that.
Yeah.
Switch to progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Packers trade up. It's like Kenny Pickett.
wow. What would Aaron Rodgers do?
He'd retire. So, fine.
Not enough of you people.
He'd delete the Packers from his Twitter. That's what professionals do, yo. What's Tennessee still got 26?
He'll pull up Ben Simmons.
They've just drafted LeBron James.
Hey, he was selected in our football draft once. Alright, I'm back, gentlemen. Tony.
Yay!
Alright. So I go upstairs and the whole world sets on fire.
Yep, that's what happened.
Apparently I gotta go upstairs again.
And Guy and I had to hold this down the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you probably weren't even on air.
Nope.
Probably not. It's probably some of the best content ever done in this podcast.
Probably.
A friend of mine just texted me. He's like, "It's a bad night to be a receiver and have a last name Brown." Are there any other receivers in the league with the last name Brown that could be traded today?
I'm sure there is.
Isn't there one for the Lions?
St.
St.
Brown.
Brown.
So, I mean,
So,
if
so
I'm
he's
on
kinda-
Raw. St. Brown.
He's kind of like a holy guy then, right?
he's Equinemius's brother.
I wanted to draft him just because of his name. I like saying it.
I had him on my team for a while and he wasn't doing anything, so I cut him.
And then he
started playing good.
I know when he got dropped, I almost picked him up, and I was like, I'm good out receiver. I don't need him.
Yeah, I gotta work on my patience with players.
Yeah.
I'm not very patient with like bench guys. Like nothing this week, gone.
That's how I was with AJ Dillon. I traded him for Tracer. Straight up.
I mean, you'll know for sure this year if that works out.
Yeah.
So Watson's the best receiver left, right?
It's debatable.
Sky Moore.
Yeah, and there's one other one I think.
I think they do it. I think they take a quarterback here. Trubisky is serviceable for 1 year, so Pickett or Willis can sit for a year.
Jermaine Johnson's still available, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just wanted to pick a quarterback just to not have a quarterback go in the first round this year.
0 linebackers that would take him. Just 2 corners. And 1 safety. Which kickers have gone so far?
All of them.
They're too good to be drafted. They choose where they go. Here we
Here we
go.
Steal my players and now my words.
Franco. What was that little touch on the Goodell for?
Like, hurry up.
He's got the same hairline as you.
His is more impressive.
Like, hurry up. I gotta poop. I had one of those fiber bars earlier. It's really hit me.
It's Franco, man. Come on.
It's funny though.
He's a Steeler, though. Steelers are a bunch of wusses.
Come on, Muth.
Hello, Franco.
It's getting late in the draft. We're all getting loopy.
He went.
Boo.
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I want Franco Harris to announce every pick from now on. He's crying.
Yeah. I got it. I'm gonna make so much money. Mitch Trubisky just took a paintball gun out to his TV. Pop, 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 pop.
I don't think he's got bad hair. I don't know what you guys were picking on his hair for. It's actually a good look.
That's what we were saying.
Trevor Lawrence.
You like the good-haired quarterbacks.
Well,
I don't know. Look at Justin Herbert's hair. That's pretty
Until
impressive.
he shaved it, and then he sucked for a while.
I know.
So,
and now he grew it back. Now he's elite.
Yeah.
I think it's a good pick. And I will say this. I think he'll start at some point this year.
I think he pushes Trubisky for the starting job from day one.
Good.
And I wouldn't disagree with that either.
Except for his small hands. I think I don't like him because of that fake slide he pulled. That's all he's got. That was weak.
I think he's good. I think this is really cool for Pittsburgh.
Get a hometown guy.
You know, they passed on this back in '83 with Marino.
Overrated.
That one right there, that's why I don't like him.
Because he did that? I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of smart. I don't know. I disagree with... I mean, unless you're saying from a... It's not... That was kind
Bush
of...
League.
But we all kind of thought Pittsburgh would take a quarterback here. So.
Yeah.
And I think he's the better choice.
Kansas City is on the clock. Kansas
What?
City has just moved up.
Who are they taking here?
Watson. I mean, they almost have to. I mean, if they want a receiver,
Yeah.
if they really, really want to, unless it's Jermaine Johnson,
It's either Johnson or Watson, I think.
but they have to get in front of Green Bay because Green Bay would probably take Watson here at
Yeah.
22.
I'll take Watson. Oh man, please be Watson. I mean,
That's who I have them
Yeah.
taking.
Hey, at least we know who Guy is not taking in the first round this year because he doesn't have one.
Oh,
You got a second, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got a second.
I have a first round pick.
So I have 2.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get 2.
You got a first round pick next year.
I got to shop AJ Brown a little bit because I don't like him in an Eagles uniform.
Well, because you got to take a back seat to Devontae.
No, because he got Jalen Hurts throwing to him.
Don't show his fingers, they're gross. There's no cartilage. Like tentacles. Although I have heard that the Chiefs are into Sky more. But I like Watson better. Personally.
Yeah, no question about it. I think when you look at Kenny Pickett, the hands on, I talked to Mark Whipple about that. Mark Whipple did a great job developing Kenny Pickett. Mark was the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator now at the Browns.
Sounds like your kind of music, Eric.
He said, wear the daggone gloves. Don't worry about it.
Hair metal?
Mark coached Ben Roethlisberger in 04-06. He's the
Whatever it is.
was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mark
Disco.
was credited with the quick development of Ben Roethlisberger. Well, guess what? Ben was the youngest starting quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl, right? Youngest quarterback ever to go to a Super Bowl.
Mama did it for you. Even Dad's crying.
That's weird. All these players' moms are 5 years or so younger than we are.
She looks
Yeah.
older than us. His parents look older than us. Come on. They gotta be at least in their mid-50s.
No, they're about our age.
Yeah, we look old. The Chiefs select Malik Willis.
Wow.
AJ Brown has got a $100 million deal.
Did he really?
Uh-huh. So this Philly signs him a $100 million deal.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
There's been another trade because, of course, there has been. There's been a night filled with those, and so the Kansas City Chiefs have moved up here to number 21. They've traded up with the New England Patriots. The Chiefs are a team, of course, that
That's not much.
No.
They have like 12 picks this year.
Yeah.
Many of those already go off the board, so we'll see. Again, the Chiefs had 2 first-round picks late in this round.
Plus, they still have their other first round.
Yep.
And here's the commissioner to announce.
This is a receiver.
Yeah.
The New England Patriots have traded the 21st pick to the Kansas City Chiefs.
They must have got both first-round picks.
Nope.
Pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. The Kansas City Chiefs select Trent McDuffie, defensive back.
What?
He wouldn't have made it to their first pick, their 2 picks.
That's fine. I don't. One of the guys I wanted on the team. That
Right.
sucks.
So this has got to be a receiver spot.
Nope.
It's Green Bay. It won't be.
What was the deal? Did you see what the trade was?
Yeah. It was, they,
29 in the 3rd and 4th.
yep.
So they still have 30.
He made plays on the football. He's a guy diagnoses things very quickly.
I mean, they needed a corner, but
A guy that never shies away from
I was hoping it was going to be Elam from Florida.
I think we'll look at the ball skills.
I like Booth more.
Translate to the field. Well, he had any opportunities, and they were able to move him around in coverage, line him up in a lot of different areas.
So Baltimore at 23.
His slot corner Baxton Hill with that
That's got to be defense. So you think?
Linebacker, probably.
Yeah.
right behind those elite corners. Up back there, Stingley.
I think that's where the Georgia linebacker comes in.
Which one?
Or Lloyd. Oh, Walker. There's also Walker.
With Gardner and Stingley Jr. was right off that, but he was much higher than the next corner.
Steen. Fight, Steen, fight.
Is it McDuffie's people or something?
Probably. He's taking a poop.
There it is.
I was like, wouldn't that be something? He decided to take a poop because he had too much queso. And then, oh, you just got drafted.
Speaking of, there's queso still available.
I'll probably be going up in a second.
God, just think of the named receivers that just got traded this year.
Yeah. And crazy.
I mean, Hill, Adams, both Browns. I mean, I guess you could say Marquise Brown isn't like
He's not in the tier with AJ Brown and
the other two I just named off, but I mean,
Hollywood Brown, Marquise Brown, AJ Brown, Shrimp Brown.
You really just did the same guy twice, right?
Two for
it's
one
two
trade.
receivers.
Oh.
Most of the time he's just Marquise Brown as he drops passes and isn't on the
Okay,
field.
so
A couple good plays he does, that's when he's Hollywood. Hollywood powers activate.
if this isn't Watson,
It's not.
Pickens,
Not a receiver.
Jermaine Johnson,
Could be.
Jermaine Johnson. It could be one of the linebackers.
Could, yeah. Is there
Uh,
a tackler or
they could go with the
offensive lineman?
center, Linder.
That's what I was thinking. They need some help there.
To replace Lindsley.
Yep.
Karloftis also. Yeah,
You're like, Aaron, who would you like us to pick? As long as one of these three receivers will be okay. Thanks for your input. We're taking a linebacker.
I mean, it wouldn't be horrible for him to take Booth or Elam here either. Well, hold on. Let's see the
Well, that's
division.
what
No,
they
you know
took
what?
last year.
Actually, divisional. If you look at their division, actually,
pass rusher.
corner isn't actually something that's a necessity in their division.
Run stopper or a quarterback.
You got Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, but the problem is the whole division. I mean, you're not drafting to face one guy.
Look,
I'm saying
what,
the Bears
what do
don't.
the Lions have now?
The-
Amon Sam and
Yeah, but you also got to
Reynolds.
take into consideration who's throwing these guys too. I mean, it's not like they're going to blow you down the field.
Jared effing Goff.
heck yeah.
You got to worry about more containing the quarterback than anything. Linebacker.
Told you he wasn't a receiver.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers. What the?
I had him going in the first. I just didn't have him going here.
He's already removing Green Bay off his accounts.
Oh, he's
and,
Green Bay
It's
has
not a bad pick.
and he's going straight to Shaley again. And
Green Bay counteractively removed Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Twitter account.
This isn't a bad pick. Oh,
Baltimore.
Bills.
Bills on the what?
Stephen Diggs is now a Raven.
wow.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just made that up.
Gabriel Davis, anybody? They trade Devin Singletary to the Ravens, and they take Bryce Hall here.
Josh Allen for Lamar Jackson.
Oh, they saw 25 too?
Or Zach Moss.
No, because they haven't switched him probably yet.
That would be insane.
That's going to probably turn into Buffalo or Baltimore's pick. So Buffalo wanted to get in front of Dallas for what?
Honestly, Buffalo needed a corner and a running back.
Yeah.
They didn't have to trade up to get a running back.
So Booth.
Booth, Elam,
2022 NFL Draft. Presented by
Willis. And what's Josh Allen done for him lately?
Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade them again.
Watson.
Any year, any condition.
Deshaun, he plays in Cleveland.
That you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of it, and traded in for something new that suits your life now. Immediate success.
Because Dallas, I could have saw Dallas. I could see Dallas considering a receiver. Or you go.
Dallas isn't
I
gonna
guess
take
you could also go
receiver.
Pickens.
Will they go up to grab Pickens?
Actually, you know what? There is a lineman left that could go here. Ryman.
I think he's going to be a second or third round pick. He's got injury concerns now too. Failed physical for a couple teams. Huh.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
It all started because I had to go
I want to know.
upstairs.
I want to know the trade details.
You know what? This could be Jermaine Johnson as well.
They changed 25 back to Baltimore. Yeah, because what's his name is starting to get older.
Not Houston. What was it? What's his name? He's been there for so long too. No, but I don't think he's even technically under their contract right now. I think he's a free agent.
You get a smile on your face.
Justin.
Only for my mom.
That's not what I'm thinking of.
And earn double pay coins with any omelet purchase.
What if you were a global energy company?
Can't remember their name in there.
In Scotland, technologists in India, and customers all on different systems. You need to pull it together.
So it's got to be something they had to get in front of they had to get in front of Dallas for. So things Dallas were considering were offensive line, defensive line, for sure.
New ways to unlock energy around the world. Let's create a hybrid cloud that can change an industry.
Well, originally I had Buffalo taking a running back here.
So did I.
They're not going to move up in front of Dallas to take a running back.
A losing one. Indeed you do. And
They
it
have
doesn't make it
Greg
straightforward,
Rousseau,
so you can
Shaq
find out
Lawson,
fast.
Carl Basham, Jordan Phillips, Espinoza. Well, I guess they actually could use a defensive end.
I mean, have Jermaine Johnson fall this far
That's got to be who they're trading up for.
Yeah, that's the only logical.
because Dallas would immediately.
But the
turn
way
and
this
pick on
draft
that.
is
Yeah, 'cause they
gone,
don't have Gregory.
who knows?
I think it's got to be Johnson. That makes sense now because Dallas may have, with Johnson falling this far, Dallas may have taken him to replace Gregory.
Yep.
Pick is in, people.
We're entertainment. Because we got white hot.
What people have the pick in them?
So hopefully someone's watching us at this point because I know we went. We've had apparently some internet issues. I see we're still streaming here, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Speaking of streaming,
Oh, I gotta go Pizza Hut draft moment here.
oh great.
That was actually shocking to me. I didn't expect Drake London to go that high. That's the first receiver taken.
So just so everyone knows, when the first round is fully done, we'll sit here, we'll break down some of the little fancy aspects of these individuals in general and for our own league. Where could we see these people going in the draft? Our draft, that is. The most important of all drafts. The AFL draft.
And honestly, even though I'm an owner of A.J. Brown in this so-called league, I'm not a big fan of any of the wide receiver landing spots. Except for Garrett Wilson, which I know I won't get unless I take him 2 overall, and that's not happening. Awavle was the big guy, but he went to New Orleans. They don't have anybody to throw to him. I don't.
What if Dennis would trade for A.J. Brown? He's the 5th overall pick.
But like I said, I don't like where any of the receivers went.
Actually, no, he should reach out to if you want to reach out to anyone. I guess never mind, 'cause he's not going to keep Jalen Hurts probably. Let's say Anthony.
I'm not trading anything to Anthony.
Good point.
Wow, they didn't trade hardly anything move up.
It's only 2 spots. They gained a 4th round out of it,
Yeah.
so if Baltimore wasn't too worried about something.
Well, Baltimore's moved back twice now.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they don't value any of these players. They just want to move back.
Bruce Smith made it to the draft.
All right.
So Jermaine Johnson, I'm guessing.
That's my guess.
Cornerback.
Huh? I'm okay with that. That's what I was saying. Like they needed running back and corner. That's the one. That's the corner I preferred. And the who was there?
If I was a Bills fan, I would prefer Booth, but individual, I guess, thought process.
I don't mind the Bills. I like, not a
I
team.
said a guy used to work with Amway. texted me. It said Olave bust. Disagree. Star.
I actually think I like I've said many times, I like Olave better than Wilson. But if you look at pure landing spot, I like Wilson better. Wilson's got somebody to throw to him. And I'm not real high on Zach Wilson yet. Our next stream, both Eric and I might be wearing Jets jerseys.
Won't be here that fast.
That's what losers do.
You didn't know what number the guy's going to pick. If I get Garrett Wilson's jersey, it won't be till probably August. He didn't even pick his number yet. I'm not going to order the one that just says number 1 on it.
No, they'll have them before the draft.
For our draft, yeah.
Right.
Oh, well, our next stream is going to be the keeper
Oh,
announcement.
that's right.
And hopefully we'll have other streams mixed in. I did get a New Jersey today, though.
You did.
So Dallas is taking their time here.
Probably trying to trade down now.
Yeah. I mean, all the people that I thought they would take are gone.
Yeah. Is that Linderbaum still around?
Yeah, Linderbaum's still there.
Linderbaum and Ryman.
I don't think Ryman's...
I think, again, I think at this point...
Ryman's going to be picked.
You're going to hear me pretty much...
Spiller.
I think from here on out, you're going to hear me say Jermaine Johnson until he's picked.
Thibodeau.
How did you...
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, that's right. Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, the Raven.
Smith.
Our cat just showed up.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Lee Smith. Oh, they're showing up. Mel's best available. We got Jermaine Johnson, Daxton Hill, Malik Willis, Arnold, Abikitidia, and Tyre Lue.
How do you get that out of that word? Adding just, like Scrabble and just taking a handful and adding it onto the name? Just sound it out.
Oh. Anyways. There he is.
Eric's brother.
That wasn't Chris. Those guys are pumped. Oh my god, could they be any more mad?
There was a 1% chance he'd be available right now.
Huh?
1% chance he'd be available right now.
I'm surprised they haven't picked it yet, to be honest with you. There it is.
Wow.
What on earth?
Special fans right there.
That's a Cowboy fan for you.
Maybe he put his hat on straight.
He raided Cam Newton's closet before he came here?
Well, the pick is in.
About time.
I am surprised they took this long.
Yeah.
Okay, so I could actually see this being a linebacker too, like an inside. Dean seems like a good pick here, don't you think? Jermaine Johnson. Like I said, I don't say
It's
him
got to
next.
be Jermaine Johnson until...
I don't know anymore. Like,
I mean, what team doesn't want another defense?
The Coy Walker coming up that early did surprise me. I'd say of all
There's
these,
been too many surprises. In
No,
this draft.
I'll say this. Overall, though, that's the biggest surprise that he went up that far.
They had Randy Gregory, they had DeMarcus Lawrence, now Randy Gregory's gone, but Jermaine Johnson is sitting there for the pick. The only thing that's, a lot of the wide receivers.
I mean, I guess Dotson to Washington at 16, maybe that came up way higher than I thought, too. But that might have had to do more with the climate than with all the receivers going. They just didn't want to. And Watson actually is falling.
I don't think Watson's really.
Yeah, I don't think he's falling. I expect him to be maybe
Late
the end
first
of the
round,
first.
early
Well, I had him
first,
going
or
at
second.
22. I think I had him going at 22.
I didn't even have him going in the first.
Oh.
Me either.
So here we go. Pick is in. Didn't you have him at the end of the first?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I had a
anymore.
feeling they were going offensive line here, with all the health problems that they've
Yeah.
had. But it is shocking that.
All right, so Baltimore's up. They're going defense for sure. The question is it going to be Jermaine Johnson? Is it going to be a linebacker, or could it even be Andre Booth?
I think it's either Jermaine Johnson or
Andrew.
line.
What did I say?
Andre.
Oh.
I think it's a linebacker or Johnson. Hands down.
Good thing you're saying charter anyone's draft. You don't know who you end up with.
Can you imagine if I had to actually announce the NFL draft picks? If I got selected? What was that I was watching the other day, and they had a thing where they had Michael Buffer. It was back when he was announcing it was a match in WCW, and it was Bret Hart. And he announced him. So Bret Hart. I mean, do you know who Bret Hart is?
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately.
He announced him as Bret the Hitman Clark.
I've seen that.
I mean, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and he completely screwed his name up.
Jermaine Johnson. Thibodeau.
Jermaine Johnson, because you put him on the other side of Campbell, plus Campbell's getting old, so then you got Campbell's.
Not a Ravens.
Apparently, we're going to commercial.
If Mark, Mr. Cartoon Machado didn't have the fighting spirit to draw his
All right, so who's after this? So then Tennessee's up at 26, and then
Tampa. What if Tampa takes a running back?
I actually think the next 3 picks will all be defense. I guess I shouldn't say that, because what if? Well, they took receiver at.
I mean, Tennessee could still take a quarterback there too.
Yeah. Baltimore's got to be defense, though. Baltimore's got to be defense. Tennessee, I think Tampa could be defense. The slight possibility of a running back.
They work continuously, so you don't have to.
Well, think about it. So you just lost Ronald Jones, and Fournette.
Forever connected by love.
Did you really lose Ronald Jones?
Representing the connection we share. This mother's
Well, the running back situation isn't the most stable. I mean, Fournette, when healthy, obviously was a huge. But the problem is he got hurt.
They did bring back Gio Bernard.
Yeah, but that guy's older than Keenan Allen, and Keenan Allen's 50.
How does Keenan Allen gain 10 years every time you bring up his name? Better than any frickin' Dolphins receiver you have.
So you'd rather have
Sean
Keenan
Vaughn.
Allen over Tyreek Hill?
Yes. Because Tyreek Hill is a former Chief, and I don't deal with them.
So if he would have got traded to the Chargers, you would have been upset about getting Tyreek Hill.
I would have boycotted. I would have denounced my Chargers fandom until Tyreek was off the roster.
Wow. Let's see.
What?
And it's not-
Zac Efron is in the new.
Plays the dad.
Well, if they want to sell tickets. I mean, you put Zac
It's a
Efron.
Stephen King movie.
Many have said that Zac Efron was actually going to be the replacement, the next version of Justin Timberlake. Someone said that. Someone wise and smart.
You?
Yeah, I did say that.
Can you explain to me how he's the next Justin Timberlake?
Have you seen the High School Musical movies?
No.
Unfortunately, yes.
I've seen all three, and including one I saw opening night in the theater. I did take my daughter, by the way.
She went to a good movie?
You know, we're covering the NFL draft. Nobody cares.
And Zac Efron just came up into our... I mean, where else but right here on the fantasy... What on earth are they wearing?
Subway Vault.
Did you know Garrett Wilson actually has a sub in there?
Garrett Wilson is signing his sandwich.
Thibodeau's got one.
You should get Garrett Wilson's sandwich and put it in your little trophy case over there.
Yes, you should.
Okay. We should get this... We need to hire this guy for the AFL draft.
Yes, we do.
How much? Oh, the Ravens are traded again? Oh.
I mean, let's see. So we're guessing what tomorrow is going to be some running backs going.
I don't see a running back going in the first round. Now, the only one I saw was the
Tampa.
Bills.
I can see Tampa.
No.
But I threw it out there because of Leonard Fournette and who else? Keyshawn Vaughn? Well, he's been on the roster for this is going into his third year, and what? He's carried the ball 10 times?
You were high on that guy coming.
I know.
You drafted him.
No, I didn't.
You did?
Nobody drafted Keyshawn Vaughn.
Oh, someone did.
Yeah, I thought you did.
No, he went Zach Moss.
Well, later in the draft, though.
Yeah. I think it was actually Anthony.
Oh, maybe. I don't know if that one was on film yet. I don't know if we had the film going yet. I think we did. Actually, that one might be on film. Check out our archives. And watch the entire 2020 draft.
My first draft, by the way, A.J. Dillon.
Oh, shoot, that was that draft then. So that one is on film. Join us, the 2020 AFL draft. So the pick has actually been in for about 20 minutes now. We're just waiting for him to come up and announce it. So, are we all in consensus? It's going to be at least defense.
Yeah.
If it's not Jermaine Johnson, then it's going to be a linebacker. Which one, Lloyd or Dean, I'm not sure. 'Cause they're pretty close with each other, I think.
Probably that Lindenbaum.
Christian Johnson. Wow.
You got it on your phone or something, didn't you?
No?
Ultimately, a unanimous All-American last year, won the Remington Trophy as the best center in the nation, was a finalist for the Outland Trophy as the country's top interior lineman.
How pumped is Lamar Jackson right now?
Doesn't matter. He doesn't use his offensive line.
I was like, didn't stay in the pocket long enough for the center to do anything to help him.
So Tennessee's up. Okay, so here though they may have choices. They could go, like we said, they could go defense here, which wouldn't be a
Quarterback.
bad move. However, yes, quarterback is definitely. If they went defense, it's got to be Jermaine Johnson.
I mean, the moves that they made, they just got rid of A.J. Brown. They're reshaping the offense.
I mean, getting Malik Willis wouldn't be a bad pick at this point.
They do need a running back.
And never mind, they just traded it. The Jets.
God.
Where are they coming up for?
Jermaine Johnson.
Who they draft already?
They had Sauce, and then they got Garrett Wilson.
Oh. Sure. Jimmy Johnson again.
Unless, I mean, could they be getting a pair of corners?
No. They drafted Michael Carter the second.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about him. Every time you said that, I kept thinking of the running back.
I know. I don't know if you know this, but at the beginning of the year, because I'm a Michael Carter owner, like I keep
You had them
saying,
both?
no.
Oh.
They kept giving the running back the tackles and the cornerback the rushing yards and catches and stuff. They kept mixing them up. There was one week that I had.
What about another receiver here?
No.
That's too much draft capital in one position.
Yeah, with Moore, you still got Davis on the roster. They just extended Braxton Berrios.
Tight end? Too early?
Too early.
Well, no, because they just acquired what's his face, so I don't know if they would draft a tight end necessarily.
Where
Oh.
who?
The Uzi,
Oh, yeah.
Wheezy,
Ozamo?
him too. It's got to be defense. I mean, Jermaine Johnson.
Thibodeau. We'll find a way.
Tua.
Or, what about Wyatt from the Georgia D lineman?
That could be. But I think it's Johnson.
Or Devontae Wyatt, sorry. It's got to be Jermaine Johnson.
There's nothing on the draft board.
Well, I know, because I picked up my phone.
Karl Loftus.
Not over.
Not over Johnson.
Well, that's how we look at it. Doesn't mean that's how they look at it.
I mean, Tony and I know football. Thibodeau.
Trevor Lawrence.
Dolphins. I take it back.
Too early?
Hmm?
I said Dwayne Haskins.
Come on.
Too early?
Enjoy the cat.
They were getting Chinese too.
I apologize. The cat he went and used the facility, so. Language! Family friendly! He did drop it like it's hot from what I can smell.
Probably still is hot.
She
Get a little steamy bunghole running around right
Alright.
like a dead man in the winter.
Here's Roger.
Zach Wilson made it for the draft.
Daxon Hill.
Jermaine Johnson.
With the 26th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Jermaine Johnson.
Hey!
Called it all along.
I'll take Daxon Hill for Tampa Bay.
So what, we got Tampa.
Man, was that Cam Newton back then? That's offensive. No need for that. Like when they do like a little airplane. Jaguars are on the clock.
Oh boy. So
Receiver? Went up ahead of Green Bay.
linebacker.
Oh yeah. I don't know anymore.
It's got to be defense. No,
I have no idea at this point.
They would need to improve their defense more than anything. So I would say defense.
N'Kobe Dean.
It's going to be either Dean or Lloyd, with a third option being Andre Booth. I mean, they pretty much need to revamp the entire thing. What'd I say?
There are two Booths in this draft.
Who'd I say?
Andre Booth.
I don't know why I keep saying Andre.
Andre Thibodeau is next. He's a quarterback now. It's a hybrid.
Andrew Booth. So that's my third option. But I think it's one of the two linebackers. I guess Karlaftis could be a consideration. Or Wyatt. The down lineman.
Yeah. I'm going to go with N'Kobe Dean.
So, yeah, we'll figure out what. So Tampa decided to move back, obviously.
But Kyler Gordon.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are now on the clock. They've traded up with Tampa. They'll
Sauce.
be selecting next. The picks are coming fast, furious, and never to the team you're expecting. As we roll on back in just a moment.
It's been a fun draft.
You're watching the draft on ESPN.
It's been a fun draft.
You're watching the 2000.
He could smell Ken over there too. You saw him, he was waving the jerseys.
Courtyard by Mary.
Yes, Raven, we're talking about you. Yep. All right, so let's see. You got Jacksonville, Green Bay, and then it's your Kansas. Or no, the Chiefs. Who did they trade? They moved up. So who got that pick?
They still have a second.
New England got the first pick, right? The 29.
29.
Yeah.
Kansas City's got 30.
And Belichick being Belichick, don't be shocked if he moves out of that pick too.
Yeah. What the Chiefs trade back with him to get the pick back?
Well, the pick is in, Jack. It's got to be.
I can't predict it at this point.
I guess them taking that ramen wouldn't be horrible.
Don't worry, she has a verified approval that lets sellers know she's backed by Rocket Mortgage.
So Barbie wins. Let me out.
I guess also, now, it'd be too early. There's no way you'd move up this high to get a tight end.
No.
Because they could just get him in the second round.
Yeah.
In the future, we'll travel to incredible places with the help of magic.
It's got to be.
What about today?
It's got to be a linebacker because
I have places to go.
But like you said, you would, if you wanted a receiver bad enough, if you wanted, so what, there's Watson and Pickens are the two you would look at. If you really wanted to get one of them, you would have to jump up in front of Green Bay because they are going to more than likely take one.
I think Watson's more raw, but I think the upside of Watson's bigger than Pickens.
Yeah. I think the Jaguars are still going to go linebacker or
Yeah,
safety,
we're just trying to give
corner,
possible,
defensive back.
yeah, I'm going to go Dean.
Stop, fam. Just your typical sneakerhead working for the employee discount. But speaking of deals, I heard regular guys like me are getting the Patrick price. That can't be real, right?
Listen, State Farm offers rates that fit any budget.
And what a defense that those Georgia Bulldogs had this year.
Wow. Just anyone now?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of how many Georgia Bulldog defensive players we've been mentioning.
For surprisingly great
Almost
rates,
all of them?
budget, like a good neighbor.
That's how I've kind of figured out when in doubt who to pick, just take a Georgia.
Bulldog defensive
Yeah.
player.
I read something that everybody was putting them down because their stats weren't as high as the other guys.
That's how they rotated them.
Well, when you're playing with another 8 NFL first round talents, your stats are going to be lower.
Well, I mean the way they rotated the guys in and out, they were because they had so many, they could rotate them, keep them all fresh. It's no different than when Clemson was winning those championships and look at their defensive lineup. Heard Christian Wilkins is supposed to get a big contract extension here pretty soon. Speaking of Clemson defensive players.
Quarterback.
Yeah, they are set at quarterback.
No. Bust.
Oh, I saw the picks coming up right there. He has number 22 from court.
I tell you, there's always going to be guys that slip through the cracks, and when you get into this part pushing the draft, Daxton Hill was one of those guys I thought was one of the best defensive backs after he got past the elite of the elite, which was Stingley Jr. and Sauce and Hamilton. Daxton Hill slot corner.
Devin Lloyd's interesting here.
Yeah. It's Lloyd or Dean that got to be the favorite.
You would think so. Or it's someone we've never heard of before.
It is the Jaguars.
I mean, you can't knock their first overall pick. I mean, also there's Hill. Their party spread no expense for the.
They got that football and blues from Party City.
Look at that really cool
He's
photo.
got every hat from every team.
Yep. What is this, like 1985 Bad Boys movie? I don't mind the glasses though. Be a good look on me.
He's gonna Will Smith, Roger Goodell.
It's not funny.
It's hilarious.
It's kind of funny.
You know, watching that, how you bring it up, I think Jada Pickett, said something, and it's like, you better go do something. Because he was laughing, like, literally up to the second he went and did it. Mm-hmm. And she didn't exactly have a very happy look on her face, so. And
yeah, she cracked the whip.
You know what's funny is the whole, I actually thought they were coming out with a G.I. Jane 2 movie.
I don't know that.
I was like looking it up and everything. All right, come on, Goodell.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have traded the 27th pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. With the 27th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Devin Lloyd.
Linebacker Devin Lloyd.
Mm-hmm. All right, and there he goes, Lewis. I know this is a player that you love. Great speed and versatility. 8 sacks, 4 interceptions last year, including.
Okay, that defense they're starting to make some things now. You know, depending what they gave, if they still could somehow do this and still have that second round pick.
I doubt
it, but I'm just saying, what if they could have pulled that off?
Yeah.
They still haven't announced what the deal was for.
Mm-mm.
What if they gave up? Yeah, I doubt that.
Traded what?
Just so you know, at home they just comped Lloyd to Darius Leonard, and if you know me, I'm a big.
It's gotta be either Watson or Pickens.
Pickens.
Yeah, this is a wide receiver here. Green Bay has to get a receiver here.
You know why I was thinking Watson? Just because he's from North Dakota, so I was thinking cold weather, maybe it'd fit in better. Not that maybe should be a scenario, I guess, but so like originally, I think I had Dotson going to Green Bay for the same mindset.
I think Christian Watson's the Green Bay style receiver. He's raw, but Aaron Rodgers is going to make him work. He's a huge target. The dude's 6'5". He's 6'5", almost 220, I think, if I remember right.
He's fast.
Yeah, and his 40 time is like a 4.4.
I'll go against the grain. I'll go Daxton Hill.
It wouldn't surprise me if Green Bay likes to upset Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But you still got, you got Sam Howell, you got Malik Willis.
They've done it before. They've taken a quarterback in the first round. Jordan Love hasn't.
Yeah, they
panned
still
out.
got him. Well, he's like he got to play what, one game?
They traded up to get him.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, remind me. Does Detroit still has that? Detroit still has a 32, right? No, they don't. That went to.
Yeah, like 46.
That's right. So we got the. Oh, Minnesota's got. Could they take a quarterback? 32. I mean, Willis. If you think about it, you got Cousins. You could give Willis a couple of years.
Hey, Kellen Mond.
Yeah, Kellen Mond. Can't forget about him.
That's what I hate about the combine. Like right now, Mel Kiper's talking about speed and how you playing speed. Track speed and football speed are two totally different things.
Yep.
You might not be track fast, but once you get the pads on, that's why I wish when they did the combine, I wish the guys were wearing all the pads and helmets and everything, so you can actually see how fast they got. Plus, there's a difference between just lining up and running and being pursued or pursuing something.
I wish they'd do this like regular game simulation routes.
Yeah. Like you talk about 40 times, like we were talking. I think you mentioned earlier about like a defensive lineman. You really care about their first 5 yards. I mean, I guess you could say if you were going to look at their 40 time, you could maybe, if you tracked it, if there was a progression of them getting faster, maybe if they end up having to track something downfield, But I mean, more than likely, if a running back got past a D lineman, he's not going to run down 40 yards and track him down.
Right.
Unless he got slowed up in the process. Yeah, this pick's been in for about 10 minutes now, I think.
There's always those second-round wide receivers who people undervalue and say, well, maybe his upside is kept. You couldn't tell me that Sky Moore can't be a number one wide receiver. But he's not going to be that year one, though. Yeah, you're right, but you can't tell me.
Talking about your boy, Sky Moore. Ground less.
The commissioner is going to be joined by the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. And Booger, this is someone I know you have great respect for. It's Andrew Whitworth.
When you get the Packer pick coming up, though, you definitely want to get the retired Rams left tackle to make that pick.
Yes.
It's called an investment. You can apply those three things to any charity or cause you have a passion for.
So right now we get to,
You can invest your time,
instead of announcing the pick, we get to see Andre Whitworth.
or you can invest your voice.
Who?
Doesn't matter which.
Andre Whitworth?
Keep investing in each other. Let your heart lead you all the way.
Apparently, I got a thing for Andres. Everyone's named Andre.
If their actual name is Andrew, it's Andre to Eric.
You should go up and call him Andrew. Call him Andre. Eric can't tell how Andre's doing.
They'll also make tremendous impacts in their communities.
Is he seriously going to make the pick with the Packers here?
Exemplified that more than Walter Payton. Named in his honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, is the most prestigious award a player can receive. Tonight, we are proud to have Andrew Whitworth,
Andre?
2021 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, here with us.
I really want to know what makes him decide, like, okay, right here, we're going to do this.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Speech.
Great.
Thank y'all. Whose house? That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, make him.
I am very humbled and grateful to stand before you as the
Jack Youngblood.
Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. I would love to thank the NFL, the Payton family, and Nationwide.
Do you know who Jack Youngblood is?
Everything they do to support.
No.
Was he in a Patrick Swayze movie?
Trying to make positive impacts in our communities.
I don't know.
When I look back over my time
He's a
in
Hall of
the
Fame
NFL,
defensive lineman.
my career over 16 years, and a Super Bowl champion, one of the most rewarding things about it was the platform I was able
Willie
to
Payton Man of the Year.
to help change people's lives. There's a lot of other teammates across the NFL and different organizations.
Oh, apparently I screwed names up so badly that it's a meme now.
Encourage you. And the prospects of this NFL
This cat.
take advantage of that opportunity.
Grammar Cat's attacking.
Let's live a legacy that lasts longer than just the game field.
Oh my God, get to the pick.
Who you are on and off of it to make an impact that'll last for generations. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Why did they pick that moment?
Blah, blah, blah.
Why don't they do this stuff when there's not a pick?
Andrew, great man. We're so proud of you. With the 28th pick,
Proud of you, Andre.
22 NFL draft, the Green Bay Packers select Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle.
Wow.
It's a good pick, though.
21 years in a row without a first-round receiver.
And so, they did not take the receiver. Here's what they did do. They just made history. Tonight in this first round, Lewis, the Packers took Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt, both from Georgia. They're the first team ever in the common draft to take two defensive players from the same school in the same draft in the first round. Now, that Georgia defense is one of the greats that we've ever seen. What do you think of the selection here?
I think it's good.
I want to see, not him, I want to see Aaron Rodgers' reaction to that pick.
He would have been right up there in the top 15 picks. This guy is a pass rushing.
Aaron Rodgers just killed his dog.
Super quick. He is more of a one gap type of
So
player.
mad.
But he has got all
I think he just killed Jake from State Farm.
he has skills. He plays the game hard. He makes the game fast. But he will
Driving over to Gutenkunz's house right now to welcome him home after the draft. Patriots pick is in.
Linebacker. No, both linebackers are gone. No, they're not.
We have maybe the best free taking of all time in the one South. And now you have a guy, Devontae Wyatt, who they're going to try to put in that same position, a one gap penetrator.
Oh, I'm not reading it, but it says Lamar's reaction to trade.
They're remaking their defense in Green Bay. Joe Barry's got a lot
I can pull it up here.
The Patriots are on the clock now. That's where the pick again in Miami.
I lost. I'm curious what his reaction is.
Kansas City and now is in New England. The pick is in. We'll find out who Bill Belichick's team is taking next as we come near the end.
All right, so Belichick. Okay, Dean.
Yeah. Seems like, I mean, who else would it be?
Booth.
No.
Well, they got to replace corner.
Yeah, but I think it's a second round pick.
Oh, yeah, I can't pull it up. I saw something that said Lamar Jackson's reaction to. Look at that. This is a picture of Aaron Rodgers. And it says Rodgers seeing the Packers draft a linebacker and he's like falling down with his helmet coming off. Darn it, I wanted to see this. Get a shirt for AJ Brown. Oh well. Alright, so we only got, what, 4 picks left in this first round.
About 2.5 more hours to go then.
Well, you got to get Andrew Whitworth out there giving another speech.
I thought it was Andre.
Oh, jeez. All right, so I'm gonna say N'Kobe Dean here, the linebacker.
Sounds good to me.
Kansas City will follow up with
Christian Watson.
or Pickens, one of the two.
I'm okay with either one.
Cincinnati gets interesting.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Booth.
No.
Andre or Andrew?
Both are available.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that both are still there.
Let's see what else we got. Karloftis is still sitting out there. So is Arnold Ikiti. Penn State. Another move, though, I could see Cincinnati doing is that Trey McBride moving up for the tight end.
I don't see that.
Well, no, because that's a player that wouldn't be there in their second round pick. So at this point, if you're Cincinnati, them taking a tight end at that point wouldn't be horrible.
I don't see him take a tight end there.
I mean, they need one.
Still got a chance to get Gronk.
He's not going to go back. Just go back to what do you call it?
Toby Gronkowski.
Huh? So here we go. It says New England's pick is in. All right, so I am saying Dean.
That's
Yeah.
way back when they had their original pick. That's
I
why
think they're going to double down and draft Keneal Harry again.
would be a bad pick.
The New England Patriots select Cole Strange, guard, Chattanooga.
That's a Belichick guy. Who?
If there's one of these guys seriously pumped for this,
They paid him to do that.
sorry, I don't have much on Cole
I
Strange.
don't know.
He wears 69.
He was a third-team FC SAP All-American,
FC
five-time academic All-SoCon. He made the Dean's List 10 times, people.
Jacobs Blocking Award winner.
He's got that certain je ne sais quoi you look for in your guard.
Hit the Dean's List 10 times. Big fan of dairy products.
Oh, that's the humor you pay nothing for, people.
That's the quality you get for nothing.
All right, so the pick is in Chiefs.
Watson.
I'm going to say Watson.
I like Watson out of Watson or Sky Moore. But I don't think they need a Sky Moore type
I
receiver.
don't know. I'd go Pickens over Sky Moore.
No, I wouldn't.
I like Pickens too, though. Something about Watson, just another player won't be able to draft.
If it's not,
Well, this was quick.
Yeah. Finally.
Dean, if it's not,
Maybe. Dax Hill.
it's not a bad pick.
I love his story. Born and lived in Greece until he was 13. He was on the Greek national war.
Those are
I mean, this
positions-
was a need. They did need to
Yeah.
get on the D-line.
Yeah, these are positions that they needed to fill. I mean, they've been nice to get another receiver, but I mean, they do have a few receivers on the team right now.
Don't they have a couple early second round picks?
Yeah, They have like two or three second round picks.
Well, hold on. What did they have to give up to acquire that one pick? Did they give one of those away or something?
No. Cincy, pick is in. Dax Hill. One of these days I'll get it right.
All right, so I'm gonna go Booth.
And they need somebody to get rid of Apple.
I think they re-signed him.
If it's not Booth, that's only 1 year deal. If it's not Booth, I'm gonna go Dean. But I think it's defense. Though I did say Trey McBride is an option.
Isn't Dean a linebacker?
Yes.
Won't that still be defense?
Yeah.
Well, you just said
Andre defense.
Andre defense. All right.
I could see, but like I said, I could see Trey McBride here as well.
Nope.
No, I don't see them going a tight end in the first round.
But he will not be there at their next pick.
I don't think they care. I don't care. I don't think he's the best tight end in the
I
group.
don't care.
I don't think he's the best tight end in the group this year.
You like Ruckett?
Nope.
I don't like any of the tight ends.
Not a big fan of any of them really. There's one I kind of like. I shall save that one until August though. If I can get another FU from someone.
There's no one on that list that you're gonna get that from me, even if they went to Miami. Ferguson?
Turd Ferguson?
Charlie Kohler.
Who?
Are we talking, there's a tight end you like?
Oh. Let me see the list of them. I don't remember him offhand.
Meanwhile, we have 2 picks remaining in round 1, and we still have one of the 2 quarterbacks we expected to go tonight, waiting for his turn. Malik Willis still on the board. Will he hear his name called? We'll find out.
No. Malik Willis is not going to get called tonight. There'll be one quarterback taken in the first round.
Courtyard by Marriott.
Well, just remember there could be a trade in either one of these two spots too.
Well, Bengals pick is in.
I mean, okay, so there could be a trade in the next spot.
There could be a trade in the next several hundred spots. Anyone's looking for was there really 8 players named Andre left?
Yes. Booth.
I'm gonna still go with Dax. Dax Shepard.
The actor?
Yeah. He can be the new Bengals player.
They take that punter to, they took McPherson really early last year.
Yeah, he's really good too.
I know.
Shall be keeping him as well.
Oh, I wanted it. I wanted to draft him. I was going to take him with the 17th overall pick.
Just trying to look here. Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's. I mean, Dean is probably the better prospect.
Yeah, they need defensive backup though. Well, he plays defense and he has a back.
Any size soft drinks with just the butt at McDonald's.
All right, I'm saying Dean.
I'm going to go Kyler Gordon.
That's not bad either.
I'm telling you, they need to replace Eli. They lost a Super Bowl because of Eli.
I'd be okay with that. I'm just rooting for a Michigan guy going to a team I like.
I don't want you to say Hill.
I did say Hill.
Oh.
Remember when I said Dak Shepard, I was being funny, like you.
Oh. So you're making fun of all the Andrews.
The commissioner. Irk.
Hey, there's Thibodeau.
That's your rep name now. Irk Mill.
And my hype man, Tony T. Tiny T.
Did you call him your
I
hype?
can't even screw it. I can't even say it right.
Did you call him your hype man?
Polar opposite of that.
Well, I can't have a hype man?
No.
Man, if we've been drinking all night, imagine what this would be like. We should do a drug broadcast one of these days.
Oh, that'd be insane.
A couple bottles of Cavatier.
The clothes come off.
Please no. You've been yelling at us every time we say a word like penis.
Alright. Language.
Bow ties, no
Language.
shirts.
Language. That's the scientific term for the appendage.
Yeah, but there's young ears.
There's no young ears listening to this right now. There's no one listening. Is there anybody listening to this right now? There's a throbbing red thing in the middle here.
Says we got 3 views.
Views or viewing? He's down. That's a slobber knocker.
We'll have to go back and watch that one.
Irk.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, here we go.
Magazine people.
Andre Booth.
The AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals select Daxton Hill.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, we know someone guys drafted.
Who dey? Who dey?
So Minnesota's up. Okay. So
Andre Booth.
I'm going to throw 3 names out there for this pick. I'm going to say Andrew Booth. I'm going to say, the pick is in, by the way. I'm going to say N'Kobe Dean and Malik Willis.
I'll give you 2 names. First one, Kyler Gordon. Second one, Andrew Booth.
Yep. Agreed. It's a cornerback.
Yeah, they need a corner badly. Anything less would be
I
uncivilized.
think they moved back so far because Stingley was gone.
Yep, they wanted Stingley bad, and they couldn't get him, so they didn't care.
He's the prototype hybrid. Look, he's not Kyle Hamilton. He's not that big, but he can do the same thing. He's the guy who can play in the deep end. He can play the star. He can play the money position, which is really the dime linebacker. He will come down and try and stop you. He's only 190.
He's hilarious. He grabbed the wrong hat.
Yeah.
To his disadvantage, this is
At least.
Also, he's got the Browns hat on.
Whoops.
but he is not scared. He is super fast. Look, this is a great picture. If they needed a guy like this,
Doesn't have to move very far.
Is his dad Michael Wilbon?
Yeah. For 2 seconds, you believed.
The seriousness on your face, like, how dare you not know? All right, so the pick is in for Minnesota, but however, because the pick is in, we have to wait probably 20 minutes to actually hear the announcement.
Yeah. Everyone, this is Antonio Banderas speaking for Children of the South. Hello, I'm Antonio Banderas. I was in Desperado.
Desperado.
What did I do?
Sweet Tony Mize. Remember I sang that to you at work?
Yes.
How could one
Did not
man
miss
be
that.
so short, so short, so short,
Oh,
so
man.
short?
Let me go right back to what the guys were saying before you go like, was that quarterback discussion, Cradle, Malik Willis, Dak Prescott was what a 4th-round pick. Yeah, we talked about Derek.
Oh, jeez. So I guess after this final pick, we'll sit here and do a retro, spend a little time just do a quick retrospect of this thing.
What Tampa Bay dress? Malik Willis. No, because they got Trask. Trask was better.
So this draft, literally, it's gonna be like, look at Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Minnesota. Man, not one running back in the first round.
Yeah. There was only one spot I saw that I thought would take one. And then,
Buffalo.
yeah.
And just think, Buffalo,
Tampa,
and
little.
Atlanta, or Houston and Atlanta picked before the.
Yeah. What's going to happen next year is going to be like, man, I can't believe they took that guy instead of a running back. They could have had Brees Hall or ex-running back. It's like the Chiefs took...
Oh, they were telling a big story about Delvin Cook on the radio the other day about some guy was like, yeah, he's my kid really liked Delvin Cook. So I recently just ordered him a jersey and they come to find out that he's switching his number to 4.
Yeah.
They're like, isn't there some kind of jersey assurance?
What if Minnesota drafts his brother and he wants to wear number 4?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, someone raided the dollar store. Not like the stuff, and just the jersey.
It's our year. Minnesota, you can put it down. Guy on the TV said it's our year. Minnesota's winning it all. Regardless of this pick. Actually, this pick will be the tipping point.
They could be the best team in their state.
Yeah, they'd beat the Golden Gophers.
Probably.
Here we go.
Hey,
what is it, Flavor Flav?
Illuminati. Corky Romano. Oh. All right.
Another Georgia player.
Yeah. Are there any Georgia players left?
So Louis Seen.
Louis or Lewis?
Same thing.
Lewis.
Trying to think. I don't know if. I mean, look, I guess Harrison Smith is getting older, but I would have gone Booth. I think here instead.
Ooh. Scene can kind of plays both positions. He can play corner and he can play safety. So he can move him around a little bit.
Well, I guess with Harrison getting older,
yeah,
I guess you can move Harrison into strong, maybe.
I mean, at their next pick, they can take one of the
Yeah.
corners.
Oh, that's right, because they're coming back in 2 picks.
Yeah.
Good call. That's why we pay this guy the big money to come in here and make dynamite drop-ins like that.
There you go. I know a little something about something.
You don't just get this kind of... so tomorrow it's going to go Tampa, Minnesota, and Tennessee.
Which is completely changed from what it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the end of tonight... That's so weird. Like, I was so focused on the second round being different. Like, yeah, Detroit's got 32 and 34.
Well, I mean,
I'm happy with their draft so far.
How are the Bears drafted?
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
How about them Dolphins?
Second round Magic. Probably take a player that won't help them all.
Now he's up to the 3rd round.
Bears are going to take Sky Moore.
Good.
I think he'll be there.
All right, so top players available tomorrow. We got Malik Willis, Matt Carroll, and Sam Howell, and Ritter.
Coral.
What'd I say?
Carol. Carol! I'm Carol!
Let's see, running back wise, we got Walker, Hall, you got Spiller, you got the Zamir White out of Georgia. Receiver, still got Pickens, and we got Watson, and we got Sky Moore. All the tight ends are available. Every single one of them.
Who's the top punter?
I don't have that sheet.
Come on!
What's wrong with you?
Best lineman available is going to be out of Central Michigan, that Bernard Ryman. For the pass rushers, we have Arnold Abikiti, David Ojobu,
A. Sound like O.
linebacker wise. Dean is still sitting out there. I can see Dean. I don't know. Tampa's interesting what they're going to, because they're not going to need a linebacker.
That's why I'm sitting here trying to think, what would Tampa Bay take at 43?
Lineman.
Yeah, I was going to say a defensive tackle.
No, offensive lineman. They just had the one retire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have, that should be an offensive line spot. The Minnesota spot, probably Booth. The Tennessee spot could be a quarterback.
Willis.
Yeah.
The Minnesota spot could be a quarterback too.
No. They just extended Cousins.
Linebacker wise, you got all except for Lloyd. So you got, there's Deans out there. You got Harris, Drake Jackson. Sorry, I don't usually screw up names. Corner, you got Booths out there. You got Gordon out there. McCreary. Safety wise, Brisker, Petrie. Those are going to be your two top ones.
I like Petrie. He's quick to dish.
Oh, the place cleared out fast, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Heck of a day for the Rams. If you're a Ram fan, you're definitely excited about today.
The question is, does anyone trade up? Do we see Willis's name come off the board quickly tomorrow night? We'll get that answer tomorrow.
Does anyone trade up? Probably.
Yeah.
Well, how many trades there was tonight that
So-
were not expected?
I can see Baker still going tomorrow.
If he didn't go today, I don't think he's going to get traded during the draft.
What are they going to... so what? You really going to hold on to the two of them?
I think so. Because I don't think Watson's going to play for 6 games, and they're just going to play him, hopefully hope for the best. If he doesn't play him, they got to find someone else, and they tank.
Yeah, they're not going to... Debo's another one. I don't know.
I always joke that it's always 10:30 in Vegas, Steve. It's 8:41 in Vegas.
Check the volume down now. Just chit-chat. So, let's go through this draft. You got Trayvon Walker went first. How you guys want to do this? You want to go break down each pick, or should we just chit-chat about each team, or...
Probably easier to go for a pick.
Okay. So Trayvon Walker, that was one of the most talked about things. So it's not like it's some big surprise. And kind of fast forwarding, they did draft a linebacker, one of the top linebackers. So their defense has gotten better. Because originally, remember, I said that they, if you add Trayvon Walker, whatever, Hutchinson, it wouldn't help that much because you just got one guy. Well, now you're actually building your defense. They're actually taking the time to invest in their defense. So if they do that in this whole draft, their team will be better. And will they be A contender? No. Will they be much improved? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions with Hutchinson. That was pretty much a.
If he was there, you're pretty sure they were going to take him. I think he helps improve and stabilizes that defensive pass rush.
And then they come right back at 12, Detroit, and add Jamison Williams, receiver.
Mm-hmm. And even if he's not ready to start the season,
Right.
They don't need him to be because they're not going to be contend next year anyway.
No, they're not going to contend, but they're going to be better than they are right now.
Yeah.
I think I know it's only the first round. A lot of teams are going to be better than they were last year, which they should be.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see too many picks I thought were bad picks. I've seen one strange pick.
The Stingley one. I don't like that one.
I think
That 3 Texans.
I think they took him too early, but I think Stingley is going to still be a good player.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not worth the number 3 pick.
It's too early to tell if these guys went too early or whatnot because you don't know. I mean, when Baker Mayfield was drafted 1 overall, would you rather have him or Josh Allen 6 picks later or whatever it was?
What are the Texans?
Right.
So the Texans traded with Philadelphia, but then they didn't get. What did they get for that deal?
I forget.
Because they didn't pick again in the first round, and they originally had a first-round pick. A second first-round pick. We'll come back to that. The Sauce Gardner pick to the Jets, I like that one.
I love that pick.
That's a good pick.
Thibodeau to the Giants, dead on money. A steal, in my opinion. Panthers taking Icky, the lineman.
Good pick.
It's definitely... say, hey, Darnold, we got another chance. Where do they pick in the next round? They're higher up, still in the second round, aren't they?
Hold on.
Carolina?
I just pulled it up. Carolina does not. The Jets have Carolina's pick.
Okay.
For the Darnold trade.
Okay, so then the Giants, they went and Evan Neal.
I don't see how you can pass that up.
Yep.
Drake London, the receiver to the Falcons.
That one shocked me. I didn't expect Drake.
But we
London.
thought it was a receiver.
Well, we thought it was receiver, but I didn't think. But like we talked about before, we didn't know the receivers were all just different versions of a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Just to butt in a second. Lamar Jackson's Twitter. WTF.
Then Seattle went with Charles Cross. He never hurts to go adding an offensive lineman. Then we get to the receiver run here. Jets took Garrett Wilson.
I think the biggest winner out of today is the Jets.
Oh, absolutely.
I absolutely love what the Jets did.
I'll put the Jags right behind him, though. I think the Jags really improved their defense, and I think it's
yeah,
and gave themselves something to build around. New Orleans getting Chris Olave at 11.
I don't like the pick. I don't like him there. They have no future at quarterback. I don't see them having the draft capital to go get Willis. And I'm sorry, but the rest of the quarterbacks in this class, they stink.
I thought they could have got Olave later without moving up.
And then of course, we already mentioned Williams going to Detroit. Okay, so then Philly, you got Jordan Davis, defensive tackle. I like it. I like him as a player.
So do I.
Gives them something to really kind of, because they still have I'm trying to think of. Fletcher Cox is still there, right?
Yeah.
But they just lost someone out their defensive line.
I can't remember.
The Baltimore getting Kyle Hamilton is an absolute freaking steal at 14.
Yep.
Yeah.
The picking of Houston. Oh, there we go. That's where it was. Houston taking Kenyon Green. them adding offensive line wasn't.
Anytime you can add a good offensive lineman
Mhm.
here.
Especially a guard, because they're going to be in a team. I think they're going to try to run the ball a
With
little bit
who?
more. Well, you got Mac, and who knows? They might add something.
If Mack is your running back,
Well,
you have a running back.
here we go with the running back. Since there's no running backs taken,
Yeah,
Houston has the 5th pick in the 2nd round.
that could very
That's
well
Kenneth
be,
Walker or Bryce Hall right there.
probably.
Washington taking Dotson, I think it is a good pick.
Uh huh.
I might like him as a receiver. They
Yep.
said he's actually maybe the best pure receiver in the draft.
Could be.
Chargers, Zion Johnson,
I like it.
solid lineman.
Interior lineman.
I'm not sure what I think about this Titans. I think it had to do with money more than anything. The trade of A.J. Brown and then drafting Treylon Burks.
I'm not a fan of that trade. I don't like A.J. Brown in a Philly uniform.
I mean, if you're a Titans fan, I don't think you like the trade.
I did read something here on Twitter about that trade. It said, Cardinals trading 23 for Marquise Brown when 18 got someone A.J. Brown. And then a bunch of laughing faces.
That's a good point. Saints then came back with lineman Trevor Panning. Some of us pretty much had him going there, I think, all along. All three of us had him going there.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh taking Kenny Pickett. That wasn't like a
No
shock.
surprise.
And like I think we had said, we could see him even contending for the starter right out the gate.
I think I put Malik Willis here, but Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City traded up for McDuffie, the corner, out of Washington. He would not have been there at pick 29, so I think that's a good move. They definitely needed to improve their secondary for sure. Especially looking at the division they have now. I mean, you got to go against the Chargers air game, the Raiders air game, and obviously, the Broncos just got a huge boost by adding Russell Wilson with all those receivers.
Yep.
Green Bay drafting Quay Walker, the linebacker out of Georgia. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these Georgia defensive players.
No.
And that's like the one thing that people always like kind of have said throughout his entire career. Rodgers, he may complain they didn't draft a receiver, but isn't defense really the one thing they always say holds them back anyways? They never say it's the receivers are holding the Packers back. They always say it's the defense isn't the same as as good as the offense. The Bills drafted Elam, the corner out of Florida.
Mm-hmm. And they needed the concerns on their team were running back and corner, so they solved the corner, and there's still plenty of running backs left they can go for, even though Zach Moss is probably better than all of them.
Dallas drafted Tyler Smith, offensive lineman.
Yeah, without a solid D end. I mean, they have to go offensive there.
Baltimore took Tyler Lindenbaum, the center from Iowa.
He's a beast.
The Jets, which I think got a steal here, traded back in at 26 to get Jermaine Johnson.
That is a
So
steal.
think about it. In the first round, they added there's a star corner, a pass rusher, and a deep threat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Jets.
Jets were the winners overall.
Yeah, I think Jets did really good. Lions did good.
Let's see, and then the Jacksonville trade back into the first to get Devin Lloyd, which I think is a great move for them.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably, some had him as the top linebacker. Some had Dean. And then Green Bay took Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle. Like I just said, they needed to improve I think they need to improve their defense. I don't think that. I mean, do they need a receiver to add? Yep, they do. But I mean, he's made no names freaking work almost his whole career, right?
Yep, and he'll continue to do so.
I mean, as long as the guys can catch.
I mean, right now he's got the offense. He's got Sammy Watkins, Alan Lazard,
and
really, aren't they more closer to a running team anyways?
Who?
Randall Cobb.
I mean, you got
Randall Cobb, Amari Rogers.
Yes.
I mean, there's five deep right there.
I mean, look at running back. You got Aaron Jones.
A.J. Dillon.
And Aaron Jones can catch out of the backfield. A.J. Dillon.
They should line up Aaron Jones in the slot and rush the ball with A.J. Dillon.
A.J. Dillon can catch out of the backfield too.
Then New England went with probably the reach, but Cole Strange, a guard from. He was a 10-time Dean's List winner.
I did read that a unnamed source texted Adam Schefter that they love that pick.
Kansas City came back with George Karlaftis.
Yeah, you can't argue that one.
No, you can't, because you look at, their defense. Some of their top defensive players are aging.
Mm-hmm.
They had contracts.
They had to replace corner and defensive end, so they did that.
Yep. Then we got Cincinnati taking Daxton Hill. I don't think that's a bad pick at all. I mean, they did secondary help. Personally, I could also.
Jesus.
If there would have been better offensive linemen available, I think I would have taken an offensive lineman. I think their priority needs to keep Burrow upright. And then Minnesota, Lewis Seen, defensive back, safety from Georgia.
He's good too.
And he's good, and it gives, this way they have Harrison Smith and him can be a combo back there. Harrison Smith is getting older, and he's got probably a couple of years left, I'm sure. That's your first round. Jets winner.
Yep.
Consensus.
And they have the 6th pick in the 2nd round, too, so they can add to this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a 50-50 for second between the Lions and the Jags.
I think the Lions are better than Jags. What about the Giants?
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a lot of teams that did well.
I know who didn't. Miami, the Rams,
Bears,
Cleveland. What about players getting traded? What are we thinking here? You think Baker gets moved?
No.
Debo at this point, unless it was too, because San Francisco wants a ton for him, so they're not going to get that now.
Right.
So Debo is either going to hold out or.
See, that's the thing. You get nothing if this guy holds out for the whole year.
Right.
So they'd rather get nothing than get something.
He's being consulted by Le'Veon Bell. If you want to lose $10 million a quick way.
That's a good point. Never thought about that. Man, that's consultation I would pay money for. What other players have been talked about getting moved?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see if he gets traded, it'll be for something. But that one isn't something that people are talking about high pick going for.
Mm-hmm.
But like a team like, say, Carolina.
I think if these guys get moved,
what if they package Garoppolo and Debo, and Carolina sends their 1st round draft pick next year to them, and something this year?
I think right now with the big name trades, it's going to come down to training camps and injuries. If someone loses a quarterback, then they're going to be desperate and need to trade.
Well, clearly contracts become an issue.
Well, it just popped up on the screen. 4-year, $100 million contract for A.J. Brown with $57 million guaranteed for the Eagles.
Is that too much money?
Yes.
Yeah, like, NFL getting out of control.
So my thing with A.J. Brown, he had a good rookie year.
Scott Van Pelt's dog passed away.
He did nothing last year.
Uh-uh.
He had 2 good games the entire year. I wanted to move him the entire year, and I was patient. Mm-hmm. I still have him on my roster, but I hate this move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what to think about the Marquise Brown move. I think I actually kind of like it.
I like the Marquise Brown move because I have Rashad Bateman and Mark Andrews. I have them both.
Lamar Jackson is not happy about the move.
No.
And that's why I'm not happy with the A.J. Brown move, because Jalen Hurts can't support 2 receivers. He's got Smith and Brown. He can't support them both.
Rager.
They're going to cancel each other out. Oh, Rager doesn't count.
I don't know. One thing I don't know if he had the Lamar Jack. I guess he's just refusing to throw to receivers now. He's just gonna run it every time. So I don't know if the Bateman goes up.
I should increase the value on Huntley then.
Just kidding.
Right?
So we'll come back here. Well, Guy won't be joining us tomorrow. He's got apparently a concert he's going to. But it sounds like Tony will be joining me tomorrow. So we'll do day 2 tomorrow. Originally I wasn't sure if we were doing day 2, but we're gonna do day 2. And day 2 gets a little harder because some of the names you don't know as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be and it'll be a lot of recapping today, I'm sure. We'll try to keep it entertaining as we did today. Hopefully I don't fall. And hopefully I get all the names right.
That won't happen.
One of the two is bound to happen again.
Or both.
Instantaneous combustion. You're going to pronounce the name wrong and fall right out of your chair.
So with that being said, we're going to end this right now, and then we'll come back here shortly with a little AFL update about the quarterback rule. So thank you for those 3-4 viewers out there that watched. We appreciate your loyalty. You are loved. You are someone special.
It's because someone fell asleep and they're watching the other draft, and it cut out and just randomly went to a different one.
Right?
So take care. We'll see you on the flip side. Bye.
2-2.